touchdown, Alabama, let's get it.
The process, no one can stop this. Hottest show in the streets, I bet you can't top this. Rammer, jammer, yellow hammer, come see how we rock this. Alabama fans, the best, there's no way you can top this. Recruiting news and interviews, just sit back and watch this.
Recruiting news and interviews, just sit back and watch this.
The process.
Welcome into the process, Crimson Tide Recruiting. I am Justin Smith, the scouting recruiter analyst for TouchdownAlabama.com. Be sure to subscribe to Touchdown Alabama on YouTube to stay updated on everything Alabama football recruiting with the process. And yours truly, as Alabama signed 22 recruits during the early signing period on Wednesday, National Signing Day, the first signing day of this recruiting cycle, as Alabama will look to close out their 2020 recruiting class in good fashion during the traditional signing period, which is in February. A couple of Alabama commits who did not decide to sign during the early signing period will sign their national letter of intent to the University of Alabama, hopefully for the Tide during the month of February, as a couple of Alabama's other targets will announce their decision and sign to the school of their choice in February as well. So there's a lot of work to do for Alabama's coaching staff in terms of the 2020 recruiting class, although the base of this class is already put together with the 22 recruits Alabama had signed their national letter of intent on Wednesday. But Alabama's other commits and signees will participate in the All-American game, the All-American Bowl, and several other All-Star games during the month of January. During the earlier part of January, those guys will get a chance to participate and compete against some of the top talent in the nation. Alabama fans will also get an opportunity to watch those guys play, whether it's ESPN or NBC or a couple of other networks where those particular All-Star games will be broadcasted on. So be sure to subscribe to TouchdownAlabama.com to stay updated on all of those things and more, including Alabama football, recruiting, and everything Alabama football related. But on this episode of the process, I wanted to talk with Alabama four-star offensive lineman signing Javion Cohen. Cohen will join the show and discuss what went into his decision to sign to the University of Alabama. What does it feel like for him to be a signing to the University of Alabama, and what went into the fiasco that was him flipping his decision from Auburn to Alabama. He will break down that whole fiasco exclusively on Touchdown Alabama's YouTube page on the process, so you guys will want to stay tuned to hear Javion Cohen break down that whole fiasco and that whole craziness. But before I dive deeper into that and more on the process, I will hit you guys with some recruiting news, as Alabama's in-state commits and signees were named to the ASWA All-State team, including Alabama's four-star defensive back commit Malachi Moore was named to the first team as a All-State DB. Alabama's linebacker signee Jackson Bradley was named to the first team as a linebacker. Demore Kennedy, a guy who will play inside linebacker with Bradley at the next level, was named to the first team as an athlete due to the fact that he did play some running back for Theodore High School this past season. Alabama's four-star defensive tackle commit, one of those guys who will hold off his decision to sign in February, Jason Elijah Jones, was listed as an honorable mention in the 6A division in the state of Alabama. Alabama's four-star running back signee Rodell Williams was the first team running back, along with Christian Story was the first team guy. Jamarian Latham was another first team guy, as well as Javion Cohen, who will join us later on the show, was also another first team guy. So huge congratulations goes out to those guys who were named to the All-State team. And Alabama's four-star running back signee, the newest running back commit, Jace McClellan, rushed for 218 yards and 2 total touchdowns in Aledo State Championship win. So huge congratulations goes out to him, as well as he helped lead Aledo High School to the 9th state championship in school history. So huge congratulations goes out to him, as well as to his teammates at Aledo High School. Alabama is looking to get a good running back in Jace McClellan, who did sign his national letter of intent to the University of Alabama on Wednesday, and who will enroll early into the University of Alabama. But to get this show started today, I do have a recruiting question I did want to answer right here on the process, so that's what I'm going to go to next. So with that being said, let's get the process started. We're going to go to our recruiting question right now. As always, you guys can call into the process at 205-440-3968. Call in, leave your recruiting question via voicemail, and it will be answered right here exclusively on the process by yours truly. But today we're going to go to the question that we have now. You can go along with your question now.
Yeah, I want to know what you think about the wide receiver, Treshawn Holden. Do you think he going to equal up to be like Judy or Ruggs? I don't know. I'm just wondering.
When it comes to their playing style, I think Trayshawn Holden's playing style does not resemble Henry Ruggs or Jerry Jeudy due to the fact that Jerry Jeudy is an explosive route runner, one of the best route runners to ever play college football, and he can get open just with his route running in a way he's able to make cuts at the drop of a dime, and I think that is what really makes Jerry Jeudy special. When it comes to Henry Ruggs, he's the guy who's one of the fastest guys in college football, and his speed makes him a dangerous weapon in the open field and makes him a dangerous weapon for any defensive back to try to cover. In my mind, Trayshawn Holden is more of a guy who can stretch the field at 6'3". He can climb the ladder and make smaller defensive backs look bad. I think that Trayshawn Holden is one of more of those guys you're gonna want to throw the ball up with in the back of the end zone, which Henry Ruggs and Jerry Jeudy can do, especially Henry Ruggs with that nice vertical that he has. But I think Trayshawn Holden is gonna be most effective at stretching the field. I don't think he has the speed of Henry. Definitely doesn't have the speed of Henry Ruggs. I think Jerry Jeudy is a bit faster than him at the moment. I think he's gonna get a lot faster once he get into the University of Alabama, but I don't think he stacks up with those guys in terms of playing style. He will have an opportunity to be successful as those guys as he is coming in with Bryce Young, and Bryce Young will possibly be one of the top quarterbacks possibly in the college football game in a couple of years, and Trayshawn Holden will be right beside him. They'll be able to develop that relationship, so that success that Henry Ruggs and Jerry Jeudy have had at the University of Alabama, Trayshawn Holden possibly could have some similar level of success, and that's going to be hard to accomplish. I just think his game does not resemble those two guys, but he is a special guy at 6'3" who can really stretch the field. Now we are joined by Alabama's four-star offensive lineman signing Javion Cohen out of Central Phoenix City High School in Phoenix City, Alabama. How's it going today, Javion?
Doing real good, you know.
You have signed your national letter of intent to the University of Alabama. How does it feel now to be officially a signee of the university?
It feels good, you know. It was a dream of mine since I was young, and, you know, to see it come true. Like I said, it's a dream come true, you know, being able to play for Coach Save and play for the Crimson Tide. That's a big accomplishment for me and my family. So, yeah, it feels great.
Well, congratulations. I know a lot of Alabama fans are excited to have you join the Crimson Tide in the future. But going back to your decision to commit to Alabama, I know everyone heard of the fiasco that happened in between Auburn releasing some statements about you to the media. Could you break down that situation from your point of view?
Oh, it's all good. So I was on my official visit to Alabama that Sunday before we went out to Coach Safe outside. I decided with myself that, you know, I wanted to, you know, commit to Alabama. So I texted coach staff at Auburn, and I let them know that I was going to decommit and that I was thinking elsewhere. They told me that's fine, that's cool and everything, you know. So I was doing it, and I wanted to do it silently. I didn't want anything to come out or nothing. So I had my moment, which, you know, I understand why they decided to do all that. But, yeah, I asked for it to come out silently so that wouldn't happen. Then I did it earlier enough so they'll be able to find another offensive lineman. But, you know, they did their thing, and I ain't got nothing against them. But, yeah, that's what happened.
Well, Auburn and Alabama are going to continue to see each other on the football field. You have opportunity to play against those guys in the future, but I know you had opportunity to play with some of your Alabama commits and some of the guys who you are going to play with at the next level. What do you think about the guys that Alabama is bringing into the 2020 recruiting class along with you?
I spent a week out there with, you know, 4 other commits, and then I went on my visit with 2 others. So I got a good relationship with those guys, and, you know, being ready to go to practice and do them one-on-ones with them, you know, that's an excitement to me. You know, being able to play against good players in practice is important. You know, it creates a better environment, makes you a better player and everything. So I'm excited, and my relationship with those guys is real good.
Yeah, and the last question we wanted to hit you on, I know a lot of Alabama fans want to know this, especially with you being the Alabama signee. Who are some of the targets that you and the rest of the Alabama 2020 recruiting class are going after in the 2020 recruiting cycle?
The biggest to me would probably be Darnell Washington, you know, tight end out of Las Vegas. Having a tight end is important, and they show a lot of interest in him. So, yeah, that's the one I'm on. And I really ain't got a huge list. That's just probably about the main target we're going for, keeping some commits on the board and whatnot. That's all we're really trying to do. I feel like the class is really good and how it's come together, but probably 1 or 2 more pieces would be, you know, real good for us.
Thank you so much for joining me today on the process, Javion. As always, you guys can stay updated with everything Alabama football recruiting on touchdowналabama.com. Be sure to subscribe to Touchdown Alabama. Be sure to download the Touchdown Alabama app. It is available on all app stores, including the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Be sure to call into the process. Leave your recruiting question via voicemail at 205-440-3968. Again, that's 205-440-3968. The number is located below. Thank you guys so much for watching me and joining me today on the process. As always, I am Justin Smith, the scouting and recruiting analyst for Touchdown Alabama magazine.